Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Again, we're ripping apart the single cab right now. I'm gonna get the suspension yanked off this and get it swapped onto that, and then that back onto this, vice versa. Started ripping into this already, getting the basic stuff done, spindle off and all that, and I noticed why the guy sold the truck. This will be the reason the guy sold the truck. Big old hole in the oil pan, so I'm guessing a rod broke. Because the crank sensor looks like snap, but the rod broke. So that's why he's getting rid of it. That's why he got rid of this truck and let it go so cheap. It's because there's apparently a rod pry snapped, spun around, hit the pan. But as of right now, this is what I got going on. I got the spindle out, the spring. When you're removing these, if you don't know already, them springs have a lot of tension on them, so try to use a jack, put under there, lower it down, and so it comes out nice and easy. That's the best way to do these. Again, like I said in the previous video, this thing has a lot of new parts on it, brand new coils on this thing as well. And I'm seeing more and more I get into this, I see more stuff. I've been seeing more stuff that he's been putting on it, the new coils and all that. So he's taking care of the truck. Should probably, you know, wasn't maintaining the oil change or just some typical 2.2, let go, spun a rod and popped the oil pan. That's why I let it go. So we'll get into more of it. It goes bad and doesn't want to come out, so.
Destroy blade number 2.
Dude. Ooh, shit, I got stuff.
So what's going on here?
The bushing stuck in there, stuck to the bolt, so the bolt just won't come out. So we're just gonna chop the bolt out.
So
we can get a blade that
basically, we have to cut through 2 sleeves and a bolt to try and get this out of here.
Yep.
Well, after 7 blades, we finally got the bolt out.
How many blades does it take to get a S10 control arm out?
And out it comes. Ching, easy peasy, right, Brad?
That's this shit right
Only
there.
5 hours.
5 hours later. Hey guys, before I rip this side apart, I already got the other side completely swapped. Before I rip this side apart and start doing weight comparisons, I want to go over what I had, what suspension setup I had in here. For starters, I have the QA1 coilovers in here. Then I have the Speedway Motors upper control arms. They're about $49.95, I think, roughly, somewhere around there. They do not come with the ball joint, so you have to get the ball joint separately, which isn't expensive at all. These things, I'm going to do a weight comparison to see how much lighter they really are than the factory ones. The brakes I have on this, these are going to be the 2000, roughly around 2000s Blazer brakes. They come with the dual piston calipers, so you get a little bit more braking power. It's just a cheap upgrade to do. You go to the junkyard, grab a set of spindles, order you a nice set of the hub bearings, and either use the calipers you get from the junkyard or get brand. I chose to just swap and not get brand new ones just to be the safe side. Now I am going to convert my brake lines to stainless steel and get rid of the rubber ones, but that's the brakes and the suspension I'm running on this. I still do have factory lower control arms. They're brand new. They're not the stock ones that came on the truck. I do got factories. I haven't went with Tubular yet. Later down the road I might, but I haven't seen a reason to right now. The coilover does just fine with the factory one because, again, it's a QA1 coilover I got. This whole setup works great. We're gonna get a weight comparison for you so you guys can see what the difference weights between 100% factory and this particular one, and I'll do individually. So in case you don't want to do this setup and you just want to know what the control arms weigh, it'll be in there. That is pretty much that is. I'm gonna go ahead and get this ripped apart, get that ripped apart, get it swapped on there so we can get this truck out of here and get the new one in here and start ripping it apart. Alright guys, now that we got all this stuff off, weighed, and figured out what everything weighs, we're going to go over it for a minute. The stock S10 spring and shock comes out to 15 pounds, 14.3 ounces. The QA1 coilover comes to 11 pounds, 2.1 ounces. So with just that, swapping that out, you're going to save 4 pounds and 12.2 ounces just from doing the spring shock to coilover of the QA1s. I'm pretty sure all the other ones are probably roughly around the same weight. Now on to the tubulars. The stock control arm with ball joint comes to 9 pounds, 4.8 ounces. The tubular from Speedway Motors with a ball joint comes to 6 pounds, 3.7 ounces. So with that, just swapping that on one side comes to 3 pounds, 1.1 ounce of savings. Now this is per side. This isn't together. If you want to do together, you just time, you'd be saving 6 pounds and 2.2 ounces with swapping the control arms up front. Now here's the kicker. With the S10 spindle, caliper, rotor, and bearings, you're at 41 pounds, 9.5 ounces. Now upgrading to the Blazer is a lot better of an upgrade because you got dual caliper pistons and a hub bearing that bolts in. You're getting better braking, more response, more surface area on the rotor. The downfall is the Blazer spindle with the caliper and the rotor and the bearings is 45 pounds and 12.9 ounces. So you're adding 4 pounds and 3.4 ounces to the front per side. Again, this is one side. So just weigh your differences. You're really not, if you did all this together, you're not losing a whole lot of weight, but you're getting better braking and you're getting a lot better control arm than the factory, which I would upgrade the factory control arm, saying it's like $50, $55 to begin with. The brakes, it's a no-brainer. You gotta upgrade the brakes from the S10 brakes. They're just not there. Now, in future plans, I might be going to a different set of style brakes, and if I do that, I will weigh them and then go back to comparison of the S10 and the Blazer to see what the weight comparison is to that once I do some research, figure out what better brakes I might go with. On that note, let's get back to it. guys, that concludes today's video. I got both suspensions swapped from the two trucks. I got all the front suspension weighed, the differences and everything. I did a clip for the lower control arm because I didn't do that with the wet rest because I'm still factory, but I figured you guys might want to know. I did do a difference between the Dorman and then the complete stock. The difference is there is a little bit of a weight difference there. Not sure why, probably a little bit thicker metal or the way Dorman just makes it and stamps it. But that is a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. Please hit the subscribe button, like button, and any questions or anything you might want to know the weights of on these trucks. Like I said, I'm ripping two of them apart, so anything you want to know the weight of, put it in there and I'll make it one of my videos. Thanks, have a great day. Alright, 100% stock OEM control arm. 14 pounds, 11 ounces even. 14 pounds, 11 ounces, 11.1. Complete factory stock. Okay. Dorman aftermarket. £15 pounds and 5 ounces. So technically, the Dorman aftermarket one does weigh a little bit more, except the fact, I mean, this one is a little beat, but I doubt that's taken away. Almost a pound. You got bushings in that are just garbage.